Welcome gaming fans! My name is Shayne and this is Evil West Everything We Know. Be sure to leave a like if you did enjoy your time here, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my future content. Here we go. Oh, the future looks bright indeed, with all kinds of great video games on the horizon. And Evil West is no exception. Evil West is an action video game being developed by Flying Wild Hog and published by Focus Home Interactive. And I am so surprised there is not more hype behind this game after it was revealed at the Game Awards in 2020. Now I know there was a few really good looking upcoming games such as Studio Wildcard's Arc 2 that features the Fast and the Furious series actor Vin Diesel, and Turtle Rock Studios' reveal of Back 4 Blood. But come on, the Old West, guns, and vampires? Sounds pretty epic to me. Now let's get down to what we know so far about Evil West told by Flying Wild Hog. So Flying Wild Hog says that Evil West takes place in the Wild West where demons and vampires run rampant throughout the land. And it is up to us and our character Jesse Rentier, or Rentier, not sure, to put a stop to it. Okay, so far so good for me. How about you? So Jesse is a part of a top secret vampire hunting institute, and he is one of the last agents of that institute. So there is not a lot of promise for backup as we traverse through this Old West. But that doesn't mean we won't see at least one other vampire hunter during our playthroughs. Okay, so is it just me, or are you also getting a Van Helsing the movie mixed with a little bit Assassin's Creed vibes? We have the secret society that has intentions of ridding some sort of evil that is rising or is in command with deep roots in the community. And I do love the sound of that because I do love the Assassin's Creed series and I do love Van Helsing the movie. So I am perfectly fine if this is the direction the developers are moving towards. So what else can we look forward to seeing in Evil West? Well, according to Focus Home Interactive's website, we will see myths and legends restylized to fit the story of Evil West. Now, what does that mean? Here's what I think. There are many cultures from around the world that has some type of vampire in their legends. From the world-famous Dracula from Romania to the Chupacabra that is from Latin myth. Just for a couple of examples. The Wild West can also have their own myths of vampires as well, but that is just part of it. I think there will be more myths and legends that may appear in Evil West. So, what myths do I think will play part in the new upcoming game? There are actually some very terrible creatures that lurk in the darkness of the Wild West. One such creature that I hope will be in Evil West is the Skinwalker. A Skinwalker is from the Navajo culture and is a witch that can transform and even possess animals. But witchcraft was a common practice in the Navajo culture, but a Skinwalker took this to a whole nother level. Their purpose was harmful and malevolent in nature. So can you imagine facing off against this kind of witch in Evil West? Sounds pretty awesome to me. Another myth or legend that could turn up in Evil West could be hell dogs. So in the Old West, pioneers and miners kept dogs to protect their property, but in many fights and killings that happened, many of their dogs were killed as well. But people still report seeing dogs that were more like ghosts, but produced the same amount of aggression towards trespassers. So will we see hell dogs in Evil West? Once again, I hope so, and would give Evil West a wider variety of enemies to take down. But what are we going to use to take down these enemies? Well, during the Evil West trailer, we were able to see a few weapons that are probably going to be available when we play our games. The first weapon we see during the trailer is a high-caliber lever-action rifle. Now this weapon will be used for long range, that can keep our enemies at bay from a distance. But now I'm not really worried if they get closer, because the next weapon that we are introduced to is a revolver that Jesse seems very familiar with, especially since he blew up a few vampires' heads without blinking an eye. Next, and probably my favorite weapon that we see in the Evil West trailer, is his melee weapon. Now, I'm not sure what it is called or all the functions of it, but it seems like it has quite a few. Like 3 blades that protrude from it that could give Wolverine a run for his money, and what looks like a handheld battering ram capable of bludgeoning the hell out of any vampire. But it seems to have more capabilities than that. Towards the end of the trailer, we see Jesse let off what seems like a huge lightning attack hitting all the vampires in the room. It seems like we might be able to unlock some elemental abilities as well, but I do not think this is all we get to choose from. Focus Home Interactive and Flying Wild Hog have also said we will be able to evolve our perks and upgrade our weapons and our tools. So yes, that means we'll be able to add more firepower to Jesse, but I seriously doubt that these are the only tools and weapons that we are going to be given in Evil West. I think the developers have a few things up their sleeves to unlock and use to hunt vampires in this game. Maybe more elemental powers to take on certain enemies, or possibly new gadgets for stealth perhaps. We'll see. Now we are going to be able to play single player mostly in Evil West, but we can also play online co-op with a friend. But how is Evil West going to play? Well, Focus Home Interactive and Flying Wild Hog's website say the story of Evil West is going to be narrative driven. But what does that mean for us as players? Narrative driven stories usually come with choices and actually conversing with others. So here is what I'm thinking. I think we're going to be given choices in our playthroughs of Evil West. I don't think we are going to be given as much as the Red Dead Redemption games, even though Evil West kind of reminds me of them, or the Witcher series. But I think our decisions are going to heavily affect our gameplay. But who are we going to talk to? Obviously, I think there are going to be some random people around Evil West that we are going to talk to and maybe go on some missions with. But what about some more known characters from the Wild West? What about the infamous Jesse and Frank James, the famous train and bank robbers? Or maybe Billy the Kid, the famous outlaw and gunslinger? This can add some really cool story elements and missions and possible allies within Evil West. Now, when are we going to be able to get our hands on Evil West? When is Evil West's release date? Unfortunately, the exact release date of Evil West has not been announced at this time that I'm writing and recording this. But don't be too worried. Evil West has been said to be released sometime in the year 2021 as long as there's not any delays in development. Evil West has also been said by Focus Home Interactive and Flying Wild Hog to be available on the following consoles: PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, and also for PC. Sorry, Switch fans, but maybe they will release Evil West for Switch down the road. So will you get your hands on Evil West when it hits shelves in 2021? I for sure am, and I think it's going to be one hell of a ride. My name is Shayne Static. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.